trying to do this and straddle the toilet. I should have slid the toilet back a little bit further, shouldn't I have? And you know, that goes for you. You don't want to have to work in a confined area too much if you don't have to. Okay, so now this is just wax. Okay, I've just got a putty knife, and I'm gonna scrape all that stuff off of there. Okay, yeah. And see, you'll notice there's a black thing down in there, and that's actually gonna come up off of there. Let's see if I can, ooh. Yeah, I said be careful, I almost hit the toilet there. Okay, so scrape that stuff off of there. And see, a lot of the wax rings has a little plastic thing that kind of fits in there, and look at that, that's right in my hole. So I guess I gotta pull this back out. I was being too energetic and too quick for that. Okay, see, this black thing's gonna slip up out of here. That was sandwiched in with the wax ring. Okay, getting that all the way around. You see that? See, that is part of your wax ring setup. Most of them come that way. Okay, now we can leave that over there like that. And I can clean up around here and make the decision, am I gonna leave? See, that wax almost went down the hole just then. Almost. See, now I can take this and shove it back down in there just for the time being. Okay, just like that. Clean up the rest of my wax ring residue here. And it's kind of a funky Herkel flange. It almost looks like somebody came in here later and they added a different type on here, maybe some sort of sleeve of a Herkel flange, because maybe the other one was too low, let's say. We'll talk about flanges, Herkel flange. Why do they call it a Herkel flange? I don't know. It's just whenever I started learning how to do this kind of stuff, people called it a Herkel flange, and I think they still do. In fact, you know, I'm not even sure how you spell that. I just spell it, and I'm not even sure if I'm spelling it properly. Okay. Herkle, I think. Not sure. That. Okay. There. Okay. Before we figure out anything else, see, now I can take my other paper towels and kind of fold this up so I can throw it away. See, I didn't really get anything on my gloves. I'll have to wipe this off a little bit. There, good as new. See, I just have it all folded up in there. There it is, that's all my junk. My crappy old wax ring assembly right there. All right, so far so good. How do you feel with what you've done so far? You know, if you had to pay a plumber to change this out, you're probably looking at $250, $225 or so. Okay, and you're doing it yourself. Save that money. Yeah, you're still gonna have to buy a ring, a waxless ring or a wax ring, and stuff, and maybe some caulking if you decide to caulk it. You know, but that's about all you'll have to spend. Okay, so now what's our next step here, Joe? Okay, remember the caulking was down here, so now I want to scrape that off. See there? I'm going to scrape this off as best I can. And I've made a corporate decision that I'm going to go ahead and re-caulk it. Okay? So when I take this off, you can still see a line around it, can't you? So that's going to be my guide when I get ready to lift the toilet back up on here. I'm going to kind of look at that and see what the deal is with that. If I can just kind of line it up with that, I should be able to go right back on the screws. Okay. But before I talk about the screws and all that, see, that's all I had to scrape up. Really, it all looks pretty good actually. Okay. Okay, so before I go and do anything more on that toilet floor, okay, I'm going to come back over to here and I'm going to start scraping this off. Just be careful when you're doing this. Don't take this and start jabbing at it or anything, because you could crack the porcelain here. Okay. And I can clean off the top edge too. Just do, a little bit at a time. Not on a big race or anything, are you? So fast that you're gonna crack your toilet because you have to get somewhere in the next half hour. You thought this was gonna take 15 minutes to do because one of your friends said a plumber did it in about 15-20 minutes. Now all of a sudden you're getting flustered. No, you want a 15-minute job. Don't tackle this and think it's going to take you 15 minutes, okay? Now see, he had a plastic shim in there, see there? Right there. And I know that was out towards the front. That was right there, as a matter of fact. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to shim that up. And I could even save this little shim. It's a little plastic shim. And if you do have shims, you don't want to use wood ones because those are going to get moisture on them. You want to get plastic composite. I've actually have a video where I show how to do it with some metal flashing, and I made some shims out of it because I didn't have any plastic ones available, okay, at the time. And I made it work. And it worked out fine. Okay. So see, all this stuff has to be cleaned off. You don't want to say, oh, I'll just put it back on like that, and then I'll caulk around whatever's missing. No, that's not a good idea. Okay. And I can see pretty thick up front. This is the front part of the toilet, and I don't think I want to go too much further because I can't really see what I'm doing down here, and it's right down against the floor. I want to make sure I clean that off nicely. So see all that? So more than likely I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. I'm gonna flip this toilet around. I don't have any other choice. Okay, that way I can get to the other side. Yeah, okay, you're probably going to want to see this. Lots of times I may not show everything, and then somebody will say, hey Joe, what about this, what about that? Or I show too much. Sometimes I show too much and people don't like that either. Hey Joe, just get to the point. I didn't want to see you move the toilet, I just wanted to see how to install it. Okay, well, I don't know. Okay, lift with your legs. Oh. Wow. I'm not kidding, that is one heavy piece. Yes. Okay. This on there. Got their floor mat. I'm just gonna use it. And we're gonna bring it on down again. Just like before. Just like before. Whoa. Okay. Slide this over. Just a hair. I like to keep my hand down here, not up at the top of this, just in case it snaps off. I don't think it ever would, but I don't really want to take the chance you know? There. I just be careful with these things. Now I can get over to that side and scrape the rest of the toilet. Have fun.